In what appears to be a documentary about the future of the United States, Christopher Nolan in his Batman series went and described how the criminals were released like a revolving door. Whenever they would be arrested, depending on how politically connected they were just let right back out on the streets. There were no real repercussions if you were connected. And today, to be connected to the apparently Soros-funded district attorneys, woke progressives like Mike Schmidt of Multnomah County, the only thing you have to do is hold that same ideology, which is what is being promoted. The destruction of the United States is coming via the fact that crime is no longer being prosecuted. Laws are not being enforced. All these Antifa members, all these gorgeous people that I'm going to show you are the useful idiots that are there and are there to undermine rule of law in the United States. So this is at the Red House Autonomous Zone in Portland, and all these criminals had their charges immediately dropped by the progressive district attorney. I call again, this Faces of Meth. This woman, Alexandra Lucero, was arrested in August for vandalism-related charges, and she was sentenced after failing to appear in court. Yet here she is, she's interfering with a police officer, resisting arrest, and second-degree trespassing, and she's immediately released. This gorgeous, gorgeous woman that any man would be very lucky to date on a physical standpoint. Then you had a 44-year-old transsexual. This individual was previously arrested at a declared riot in July when Antifa tried to attack the Portland Police Association office and later a nearby police station. So obviously this person's been involved in crime before. This isn't a slap on the wrist, not even a slap on the wrist. This is a complete dismissal for people that time and time again have broken and violated the law, and they continue to get away with it. So what are the repercussions to engaging in such behavior? This lovely individual right here was arrested for trespassing and felony possession of body armor. I imagine that he was going to be playing capture the flag in his mind, and that's why he put it on. Charged with felony possession of cocaine, felony driving while suspended, felony delivery of cocaine, and third-degree escape. The 2 charges were dismissed. He's also had multiple contempts of court. But yeah, we're just going to let these criminals run around loose. You arrest them, you do nothing, you encourage the criminality. Again, this guy, trespassing, second-degree mischief, all let go instantly. All these gorgeous, gorgeous individuals that are just the face and picture of health. These people need help. These people need help, and they are not going to get it. And honestly, another person released, another person released for interfering with a police officer. Yes, again, interfering with a police officer and resisting arrest. So what's happening? You are seeing these district attorneys, these city attorneys around the country that are slowly chipping away at the cohesion of society by not enforcing the law, by allowing these criminals to go back out on the street like the revolving door that I mentioned earlier. All you are doing is incentivizing crime because there are no de-incentives. I can go out and loot. There's not going to be any repercussions because the woke district attorneys are going to do whatever they can to have me released. You can even, as I mentioned, that there are people that resisted arrest, that might have assaulted an officer, that are, of course, being let go. No charges. Revolving door. Back out on the street. No help for these people. They need help. Look at them. You are just, once again, incentivizing the criminality to take over, and eventually the people that stand up for themselves will have the law come down on them and come down on them hard. Just as an example, the McCloskeys in St. Louis during the George Floyd riots stood in front of their house armed with guns. And why did they have to do that? Because a roving gang of protesters had broken down a gate to their private residence, to their private streets, and were trespassing. And they went out with a show of force to show them that this was not the house that they wanted to try to burn down, that they were willing to protect their house with their lives. And what happened to them? City attorney Kim Gardner came down on them with a ton of bricks. She tried to employ anything that she could to get charges thrown at them. And what does this do? Once again, this tells anybody that is willing to stand up to the progressive movement that they are going to be in trouble, that their lives are going to be altered. All these faces of meth people, they've got nothing to lose. Let's face facts. They aren't living in 10,000 square feet of space with a cushy job at Microsoft. These are the lower dregs of society. They might have gender studies degrees. They might have worthless degrees from universities in the area, but they can't get any type of employment. They can't create anything, and they are taking out their aggression and anger upon other private citizens that are successful. And they are the useful idiots for anybody that dreams of destroying the United States, which is unfortunately what I see going on in Portland, in St. Louis, and now in Los Angeles. George Gascon has decided that he's no longer going to prosecute trespassing or resisting arrest. So you can come on over to my house, sleep on my lawn in Los Angeles if I'm a homeowner, and I can come out, tell you to leave. The police are going to come, and you get to do whatever you want because George Gascon is not going to prosecute you. And that's the surest and quickest way to destroy society, to destroy the rule of law, which is absolutely necessary to function. Otherwise, you are overrun by the criminals that operate at will. And that's why we need Batman. We need Batman to come here. And you all are the Batmen, the Batwomen. You must stand up against this differential treatment according to the law. For example, the McCloskeys versus the people that broke down their gate, the trespassers, the people that were threatening them. Gee, I wonder if there's differential treatment in Portland when the DA, Mike Schmidt, lets all those Antifa rioters go, but then he tries to take the leader of the Proud Boys to task for standing up for himself in whatever might have taken place. It certainly wasn't worse than what these people have done. But that is what's taking place. And eventually, something's going to bend. Something's going to break. Awaken the Batman inside you. Awaken, as Gad Sad might say, your inner honey badger, and get out there and don't allow anybody to bully us. And speak out against this. Speak out with your full voice and say that this cannot happen anymore, and vote accordingly. You cannot continue when you see these areas being destroyed by these woke-ass DAs and all of the businesses that are going under. You cannot continue to vote for that because you are voting for your own personal destruction. And I'm not sure that that's game theoretically a positive move for anybody out there. So just take that into account. I wanted to show you the faces of meth, and that we must stand up against them and the people that are giving them not leniency, but full applause and acceptance for their actions. And that includes you, DA Mike Schmidt of Multnomah County, where I will never set foot in again. Peace and blessings to everybody out there. If you're new, subscribe, notification bell, all notifications. Most of all, have a fantastic and wonderful day, and stand up and awaken your inner Batman. Peace.